then. So as we're getting close to hitting 4,000 miles on this epic journey, epic road trip, I think it's only fair that we have a bit of a sum up of countries, give you our opinions, and these are our opinions. Mine may be a bit stronger than others.
Yeah.
But I think that because most of what we're doing is visiting non-tourist trap areas, apart from we have had days where we've gone and done the touristy bit, most of what we're seeing is the real parts of the country. I'd like to think that our opinions are fairly valid on where we've been. So I guess we'll start. Well, do we really need to start with like France and Belgium? Because we kind of just drove through them, didn't we? We didn't really.
Yeah, we didn't spend any time, so we can't really do those.
I mean, I love Belgium anyway. I've spent a lot of time in Belgium. But yeah, I suppose Germany really was the first country we spent proper time in.
And we didn't really spend that much time in Germany, really.
No,
so
but
we can give a brief, like.
A brief, yeah. I mean, for me, Germany was a complete shock. You know, as Brits, we're always told how miserable, how whatever the Germans are, unfriendly, but it was a complete polar opposite. One of the cleanest, friendliest countries I've been to so far, I think. Definitely want to do a lot more touring of Germany.
Yeah, we love Germany. Germany's really lovely.
Yeah. So really, I suppose the proper journey started in Poland.
Yeah, Poland was a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, Poland was a real surprise. I didn't have any expectations of Poland because I've never really thought about going there, to be honest. Krakow was wonderful. The old town was beautiful. I think the south of Poland, kind of heading through Zakopane towards Slovakia, is possibly one of the most visually stunning places I've been to. It was just beautiful, the mountains, the countryside.
Yeah, it was really nice.
The people were lovely, very, very friendly, spoke very good English, which is good for us because we speak naffle Polish, other than I can now order beers, which is obviously a very useful skill to have. Slovakia, again, had no expectations of the country. I don't know what you thought of it, but I thought it was beautiful.
I thought it was really lovely. Slovakia is really lovely.
Yeah, no, it was. I mean, I'd quite like to spend some more time there, and I'd like to potentially get some land and head that way. I think that's where I kind of lay on where I want to be in Europe at the moment.
I'm undecided. I'm not going to just decide right now.
Yeah, where was it after Slovakia? Hungary. What to say about Hungary other than what a fucking dump that place is.
I'll say that I didn't dislike it as much as Richard.
No. Grumpy people, dirty, miserable place, didn't like it at all. Even Budapest, absolute dump. Not interested in ever going back to Hungary again.
I wouldn't go back, but I wouldn't have such a strong opinion as what you've got.
I mean, you know, it's not far off of being a communist country from, you know, was it 30 years ago, maybe a bit longer than that. So, and it does still feel very, very oppressive. Yeah, I didn't like it.
I don't know if oppressive is the right word. I personally think they're just catching up. That's what I thought.
Backward dump, basically, in other words.
God.
Where was it after that? Croatia.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Croatia. Now.
Croatia's a tricky one, really, because we were like so G'd up to get to Croatia.
I mean, Croatia was kind of our destination country, wasn't it? Really, that was where we wanted to spend the most of our time. And
we have spent a lot of time there, and we do love the countryside. We love the coast.
Yeah, it's a difficult one because it is beautiful.
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
It really is, but for me it was a complete letdown.
No, I wouldn't say complete letdown. I just think
maybe that's a bit strong.
There was disappointing elements to it.
Yeah, and I'm going to do a full video on my rant about Croatia and their hatred of camper vans.
Yeah, that was a difficulty. I think the cost that we felt of shoddy campsites.
The campsites were ridiculously priced and generally were shit.
Yeah.
You know, know, they were dirty, the facilities were crap, they were outdated.
Or even the new ones, which are like brand new this year, were so dirty.
In a way, it's a bit like parts of Cornwall, where they know they're going to be busy. They know they're going to have constant streams of tourists coming, so they just don't put any effort in, and it felt disappointing. The beaches, I mean, I'm not a massive beach goer anyway. I enjoyed the beaches. Would have been nice to have had a bit of sand rather than just gravel.
Well, they can't help that.
Stone. That's just geographical. They can't help that.
I think that.
I know. Also, I don't know what they have against children in Croatia, but the play parks, oh my god, they seem to want to just injure children. They're all stone, they're gravel everywhere. There's not a soft bit of ground for you to be on.
Yeah.
And the slides are about 3 foot off the floor, so when the kids come off, they whack their backs. Again, that's all going to be in my rant video, so hold on for that, because that is going to be a proper rant. That's going to be a keep your kids away from this video rant. It's
nitpicking, but I think the biggest issue we had actually is the dirt. It is the rubbish.
Yeah.
The dirt.
It is. It's the Croatian attitude is, oh, look at this beautiful countryside. Let's dump all of our rubbish there, old TVs and mattresses and, you know, fly tipping and just general rubbish was unbelievable.
We haven't
Croatia.
seen anything like it.
No,
like we've
it was
been
unbelievable.
to all the countries that we've been to. Obviously, there is bits of rubbish in certain places or whatever, but this was just next level, and we were quite shocked by it, really, weren't we?
Yeah, no, I was. It's just they just don't seem, and especially for a country that is so hell bent on recycling, that seems to be so keen on, you know, the environment. They just look at nature as just somewhere to just dump their rubbish.
Yeah, we don't know if it's got something to do with, like, maybe they don't have the waste facilities, like recycle centres, or, you know, maybe there's a high cost for waste. We don't know, but it was just like waste was a big issue in Croatia, wasn't it? Like,
it really
whether
was.
it's be your personal rubbish, the bins were overflowing, or whether it be like, I don't know, tradesman waste, or like, you know.
You drive down a 3-kilometre track to the most beautiful isolated area to camp, and you'd be passing dumped toilets and mattresses and tyres and just bags
broken
and bags
tiles.
of rubbish and stuff that they just dump. I mean, there's obviously they don't have the punishments that we have in the UK for fly tipping and for dumping rubbish, because it very much shows, because it is just everywhere.
And it's such a shame.
And also, they just seem to love everywhere you go. I mean, I'll give it to the Croatian youngsters. They're obviously very careful when it comes to sex, when it comes to, safe sex and transmitted diseases, because everywhere you go, there's just used condoms dumped everywhere. We've gone to some of the places we put on our posts. We've had to do a litter pick before we can even let Sonny out the camper van, because there's just condoms everywhere. It's horrendous. But anyway, so that's kind of Croatia. It was a beautiful country, really loved it, but it wasn't. I think it's our own fault. We had high expectations of the country. Having never been there, we had high expectations. And it was a bit of a letdown.
Excited, and then when we got there, we did love it as a country, but there are so many bits that just need improvement.
The people generally seem friendly.
Like the countryside, the people, all lovely. But I think the hatred of camper.
I still miss sherbet, obviously. My mountain dog sherbet that I wasn't allowed to bring home. But never mind.
I mean, that was a bit of an element of sadness. All the dogs wandering around. That was a bit sad.
It was sad, but that's just part of it. Okay, so next country.
So now we're currently, I think we're still in.
We are in Slovenia. You keep calling it Slovakia, but it is.
I get mixed up.
And also, sorry to go back a couple of countries. The roads are just horrendous. Apart from Germany and Poland, where the road services were great, Slovakia, Hungary, even Croatia, just awful, appalling. I mean, it's like Cormac have gone on tour, basically.
But stop going on about Cormac. So we're in Slovenia now.
Driving to Italy.
And literally the transition from Croatia to Slovenia is just
it's night and day.
Yeah, it's so different.
It's so clean. It's so everything.
The road is so well maintained.
Unfortunately, time of year it's cold, so we're not really staying here. But we will be coming back to Slovenia to explore.
it's just so clean. We were reading up about it, and they were saying that the Slovenians are really like proud of their countryside, proud, you know, they love to exercise and spend time outdoors, and it's so reflected in how they treat their country. It's immaculate. We've only been in there for what, here for like
2 days,
2 days,
yeah.
but we can just see that they really take pride in their country and their, you know, their countryside, and it's, you know, everything is immaculate.
Yeah, so we're definitely going to be coming back to Slovenia, but we're just, it's very mountainous and alpine here, so you're at altitude, so it's cold, so we're just heading straight to Italy, straight through. So yeah, obviously we'll have to, in another few weeks, do another recap once we've been through Italy. See what that's like.
Italy's a big one for me because I've always wanted to go to Italy, so I'm excited about
I'm
Italy.
not really asked, but it's going to be nice. I'm sure it'll be nice.
I think it'd be good. How can you not be asked about Italy?
I don't know. I just think it's a lot of hype, a lot of hubbub, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think it's going to be lovely.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's kind of our wrap up of where we've been so far. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, really. So we've kind of been going to the non-touristy areas, so we've been seeing the real parts of the country, and some of them, say Slovenia especially, is just beautiful as well. Yeah,
so we should do our personal best and worst.
Oh, okay, best and worst.
So, I'll start off with the worst. So, the worst for me would be probably Hungary. I think probably Hungary, yeah. And my best so far, my favourite so far is probably Slovenia, I think.
Which is a high statement considering we've not really spent any time
We've
here.
only been a couple of days.
As we're driving through this town now, it's just gorgeous.
I just love it.
Yeah.
It's so nice. It seems to have everything right, I think.
This is the thing, it seems to be the countries that we had no expectations, no preconceived notions of, have been the best.
Yeah.
So for me, obviously, the worst country is Hungary. Dump of a country. Don't bother going. Save your money. You know, it's the St. Austell of countries, basically. Don't bother with it. And my favourite so far has been Slovakia. Yeah, I think so. I'm in love with Slovakia.
Yeah, he wants to move there like now.
The mountain dogs, everything. It was just an epic country.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
And very friendly people that we met as well. Really friendly.
Yeah. Oh yeah, very friendly. Sweet.
And cheap beer.
Oh yeah. Very cheap beer. I think probably the cheapest beer so far, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's like €2 a pint.
And they were big.
But that I can never.
Pint. It was like a massive tanker.
Yeah, I can never pronounce it. That Stara Proman or whatever it's called. So it's a good beer. €2. So what's that? About 160 a pint.
Yeah.
Can't grumble. When you're buying a round, you know, a large wine and a beer for €4. But
I went there
that's
to pay.
my country.
I went to pay, and I just thought that they got the bill wrong because it was so cheap.
Yeah.
And she said, no, it's only €2.
Yep. Boom. Go Slovakia. But don't go there yet because we want to buy a campsite there first before it gets popular.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, that's our little wrap up where we've been so far.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out for my rant video because I've got some very, very strong opinions coming up soon. Oh, that was nice. That was a little chinky chunky that I was on about.
Oh, right.
Sweet Trento. Sorry, separate conversation. So catch you on the next one, I guess. Bye-bye.
Bye.